and they was inside the wire on us, and 22 got killed and hurt in our unit. And
Can you describe that for me? Do you remember hearing anything leading up to the attack, or what do you remember seeing?
oh well, most of the time it was at night, and you wouldn't have any lights on at night, because you could see a light. It's just like going out in the middle of a open field and lighting a match. It's dark, but you see that light, you can zero a mortar in on that light, and you could hit whatever your light was. They had captured one fella, and they was going to interrogate him, and the sergeant threw him down in front of me, and I was supposed to guard him before they was going to interrogate him. But I was, if he got up to run or move or attack me, I was, I had my M16 on automatic. I was it was, my part was being in with the infantry unit. And in the jungle I saw more, I guess, more killing than being in a rare unit. We had the gunships, we get attacked, they'd fly around our circle, and be shooting down at the ground, because they was out there in the woods trying to, and they'd shoot mortars in us. We'd have bunkers built around that we pulled guard duty on. I would pull guard duty too. I mean, it was just because I was a cook. It wasn't. It wasn't mean anything that everybody had to do a part. Because if you would get attacked, it was something like, "Hey, you can't shoot me. I'm only a cook." And we'd look. You'd sit up there at night, and and it'd be dark and wouldn't be nothing but woods out there. But we had a infrared scope, we'd look through and see if we saw anybody or trying to crawl in onto our unit. If you saw somebody, you would prop a flare up in the air, and that would warn everybody else. So see, pulling guard duty was kind of an important job, because everybody would be sleeping if you could, and you'd have to watch out. You'd be watching out for them, and then when they took their turn, you might couldn't sleep. But I was diagnosed with, like everybody else, with PTSD. And I have seemed like 45 years later, I have a hard time sleeping still. I sleep in periods, like I'm still pulling. I can't go to sleep because I got to pull guard duty. It wasn't too many happy moments over there, but about the best thing I can say is getting a letter from home. Because sometimes we moved around in the jungle so much, it took a while to find us. And my mother did send me the Times and Democrat to Vietnam, but it would be 10 days to 2 weeks old before I got it. And everybody would read it, because we didn't have, we was out there. It wasn't nothing but jungle. You did your job, and any other job that needed to be done. And so I'd read their papers, and they'd read mine. Boys from all over the different states would read about my hometown. I'd read about their hometown. But the letters was good. I'd write letters home, and then the helicopter would fly in and come and pick up the mail bag, and we had all our water brought in to us, and just one picture in here. So we didn't have any. It wasn't no. That was we cooked in a mess tent, and see the ammo boxes was put round the tent, where when a mortar would come in, if it hit on the outside, you'd dive against the blocks where, you know, where you wouldn't get the shrapnel all over you. And that was our water tank the helicopters were bringing, and that was a shower. If you call it a shower, if we had the water, you'd fill it up with water, get under it and get wet, and then you can cut the water off and soak down. Then you turn the water back on because there wasn't much water in that little